Hello students! In our previous video, we already saw that reproduction is nothing but to reproduce its own kind. We all need several methods to maintain our well-being, isn't it? As a species, we also have to maintain our continuity. Our well-being is taken care of by various life processes, and maintenance of our continuity is taken care of by reproduction. Now we can classify reproduction into two types, asexual and sexual reproduction. Let's first understand about the asexual reproduction better. Can you tell me, are these two jugs exactly the same? To answer my question, obviously you will tell me we will have to look at its body design, the length of the jug, its capacity, its color, its appearance, etc. And they all have to be same. And yes, here all these are same, so they are exactly same jugs. Similarly, living organisms too can produce exactly the same kind of new organisms by the process of reproduction. And this is called asexual reproduction. Now observe this cell on your screen. Let us call this the parent cell. Look at it more closely. What is this entangled mass of thread-like structure called? I'm sure you know it. Yes, they are chromosomes, and they are present inside the nucleus of the cell. Now you must be thinking, these are not chromosomes. So are they chromosomes then? You'll say yes, they are. But let me tell you students, both these are chromosomes. They are the same. Wondering how is it? I'll help you out. This is the form of chromosomes that exists when a cell is not dividing or reproducing. And this is the condition of chromosome in the nucleus when the cell is dividing or reproducing. Now these chromosomes are made up of DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, and they are certain chemical molecules. They contain all genetic information of the organism. During asexual reproduction, this DNA is duplicated and then separated into two new cells. Now you can observe here that two new cells formed from one single parent. Yes, exactly, that is what I said. For an asexual mode of reproduction, only one parent is required. And so, the new cells formed are exactly identical to the parent cell and also to each other. It is also faster and simpler than sexual mode of reproduction. It is very common in unicellular and few lower group of animals like amoeba, euglena, simple animals such as hydra, planaria, etc. Like it is also generally found in lower plants. Various methods of asexual reproduction are fission in unicellular organisms, where one cell simply divides into two cells. The other is budding, where parent organisms develop bulges on their body called buds. These buds grow and separate from parents to form new individuals. In animals like planaria, if the parent body gets fragmented into two or more pieces, each piece then individually develops into a new organism. Now this is about asexual reproduction. What about sexual reproduction? It is the combination of reproductive cells from two different individuals to form a third, unique offspring. Unlike asexual reproduction, here two parents are required. One is male, often called father, and other is female, called mother. If you remember, in asexual mode, all the chromosomes were coming from one parent. But here, in sexual mode, half chromosomes come from one parent and the other half from the other parent. So in species like us, half the DNA comes from mom and another half comes from dad. Sperms from dad have half and the egg or ova have the half chromosomes. After fertilization, DNA pairs up to form complete set of chromosomes for any sexually reproducing organism. And so the characteristics of this newly born child are different from their parents. In fact, mixture of both mom and dad. That is, they are genetically different from their parents. And so you are just like your parents, but still very different from them. Isn't it amazing? Most animals such as insects, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals, including humans, reproduce sexually. Sexual reproduction involves three main steps: production of gametes, fusion of gamete, and development of new individual. The process of formation of male and female gametes is called gametogenesis. The process of fusion of gametes is called fertilization, and the process of development of individual is called embryonic development. We will learn about each of the stages in detail in our coming videos. But for now, let's quickly revise what we have learned. We have seen that reproduction is of two types, asexual and sexual. Now these are the differences between sexual and asexual reproduction in a tabular form. Have a look at them. It clearly says that asexual reproduction involves one parent, where gametes are not formed and no fertilization occurs. While in sexual reproduction, two parents are there and gametes from male is called as sperm and a gamete from female is called as ova. Both of them fertilize to produce zygote and which develops into a new individual. In asexual reproduction, there is no involvement of reproductive organs, whereas for sexual reproduction, fully developed reproductive system has to be there. In asexual reproduction, the progeny or the new individual and parent are genetically identical to each other, while in sexual reproduction, progeny is genetically different from parents because of mixing of characters which are inherited from mother and father both. Comparatively, asexual reproduction is a simple process and takes less time, whereas sexual reproduction is a complex process and takes longer time. Now, one very important point for both this reproduction, which is common, is they are carried out by the process of cell division. In asexual reproduction, only mitosis type of cell division occurs, whereas in sexual reproduction, both meiosis and mitosis occur together. Now, what are these mitosis, meiosis, and cell division, and what is their role in the reproduction? We will see in our next video.